So I've been spending a lot of time lately talking about the change in the licensing metrics, the licensing models for these cloud SaaS software vendors tying to consumption-based, right? So Agentforce, Conversations, you got ServiceNow moving to Pro Plus that has the number of assists in it, now assists, and so forth and so on. It's this move that I see is coming across all vendors, right? So it's not just Salesforce and ServiceNow, it's going to be all of them. Consumption-based, by the way, has been around for a while, right? Super messages under Marketing Cloud, right? As you consume, you owe the vendor more money, right? It's a model that's not based on headcounts. Covered a lot of this already. There's another thing I've been talking a lot about recently, which is this idea that customers think they have a renewal protection. They have cost certainty as to what's going to happen at their next renewal. So I negotiated a 5% cap, and that's great, but there's usually conditions in it, right? You have to maintain a certain volume, you have to maintain certain products, you have to maintain a certain level of spend, you have to give them the same amount of term as you did previously, so forth and so on. There's usually exclusions as well. And this is the thing. What I'm noticing, and you can fully expect, whether it's Salesforce or others, is that in these renewal protections, you're going to start seeing, if you haven't already, consumption-based products being excluded from your renewal protection. Right? So this is all tying to that idea that these vendors are finding ways to have the flywheel effect in motion. You start tasting it, you start using it, and your costs go like this. If they start excluding these consumption-based products to your renewal protection, and they start moving more products into your order forms that are consumption-based because they themselves are forcing it potentially because that is the only available metric. When it comes time to renew 2, 3, whatever it is, years from now, your exposure level is through the roof. So I highly, highly recommend all customers first to look at their current language. Really dive into it. Look at what conditions are in your renewal protections. You should be doing that anyways. I've been talking about this for a long time. If consumption-based products is excluded, you got to get ahead of this. You got to start having meetings with your vendor. Hey, Salesforce, I'd like to talk about this. This is something that isn't going to fly. This isn't going to land well, so forth and so on. Obviously, there's more to that, but that's the abridged version. For those customers that are in negotiations, those that maybe haven't even started but are preparing for them, you also have to very much get ahead of this. Number one, make sure that the vendor, in this case I was talking about Salesforce, has clearly identified within your order form all products that are consumption-based. Transparency, definition. This goes to something I've been talking about a while as well. You should also have a clear definition as what is consumption. Like, what is the metric? What is a conversation? What is an assist? So forth and so on. On top of it, I would heavily push back on that exclusion because it doesn't tie together from a strategic partnership perspective, right? The whole essence, the whole point of renewal protection is to cap exposure so Salesforce, ServiceNow, Microsoft, others can't make up for that special discount they gave you, right? Cost, exposure, but also cost certainty, right? Planning. Also understand that when they uncap things or exclude things, that allows them to use that as a stick to get what they want, right? So the old story is, hey, we won't increase you 25%, creating all that pain if you can do this, right? That's the other part to this. So get way ahead of that, right? Why is it excluded? It shouldn't be excluded. It should all be part of one product set for which I have certainty when I renew. It's the same thing, by the way, when I talk about percentage and net. Make sure you have the definitions clear. Make sure you have the percentage clear. So when you have a protection, what are you applying it to? But again, this is big. It was already an issue. Customers being moved to consumption-based. A lot of it's tied to the AI offerings. Do you have definitions? Do you understand what happens if you grow? Do you have volume discount structures? And now the rub is if it's excluded, if those products are excluded from your renewal protection, you are completely exposed, compounding the issues that I've been speaking to this point.